Test. Oh, there we go. I think I fixed that. Hold on. Okay, it's working. Perfect. Okay, awesome. All right, we're gonna make this quick. I gotta make it quick. I gotta do some stuff, but I wanted to get this out there because it's becoming kind of an issue right now. Let me turn this down. So right now, right here, if you could see it. Oh, let me go to the other camera. Right now, that is the temperature of the a Skywalker motor without a fan. I have one running in the background, just doing a preheat over time. This is about 10-15 minutes in. It's already 87 degrees Celsius and raising up. So after one roast, you're already reaching pretty high levels. And if you were to do back-to-back, getting up to like 100 degrees Celsius and higher, bad things happen. Mostly the motor starts dripping oil, it starts messing up, gets dry in there, eventually heats up to the point where it melts the plastic, and then you have fucked motor. So that's where kind of like the issue is. So this has been a long-standing issue that a lot of people have been talking about in terms of the motor just overheating because it's not really built for being in an enclosed environment. Reaching up to 120 degrees Celsius is the highest someone's recorded. I think 127. So there's a few people in the community that decided maybe we should just cool it. So so that's what we're doing. Some people are buying extra fans, like separate fans, to cool it right in the back. And some people are, like myself, I'm just gonna reuse the filter that we have in the filter box. I'm gonna use that one instead because I'll be honest, the filter doesn't really work. It's pretty useless in my opinion. If you're using it and I've offended you, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. It's really not that great. All it does is clog the unit after maybe the 5th roast, and you have to replace the filter if you could find the filter on Amazon. So I actually don't like the filter fan. I think it's useless, but in this case, we could finally have a use for it by having it cool off the motor. So what I'm gonna do is I'll show you how the install kind of is, and we'll just break open the back, put a fan in, and how do you get the fan out of the case is one big thing that people were asking. So let me go grab one. I just have them lying around. So let's say you tried out the fan, you didn't like it, you want to try something else. You can easily just pop this open. That's where the filter goes in. You could take that filter out, it doesn't really work. And what you can do, oh, they actually switched it up now. They have a plug that you can replace that motor if you really wanted to. Anyways, that's kind of cool. Now you could use that plug to plug in a different fan if you wanted to get a stronger fan for whatever reason. You see what this is at? 97 degrees Celsius right now, so it's kind of crazy. I'm gonna pull this out, and really it's just kind of stuck in there. You just kind of wiggle it out. Should come right off. Just tease the wire out. Actually, I'm kind of happy they did that. I'm gonna start stealing these. Make like a nice little USB-C plug, power plug. Good. You just gotta kind of work it out from there. I'll pull this out. Have to get this. Be kind of quick today because today I got to head to the post office. I got a lot of stuff to drop off at the mail. All right, so we're gonna use this fan and we're gonna put it on the back of this unit, and I'll kind of show you what you have to do. Unfortunately, it's gonna involve some drilling, and you're gonna have to make some holes in your unit. But it could be as easy and as hard as you want it to be. I've used the Dremel, I used just the drill, and I've used, today I'm gonna use a hole saw in case, you know, you're a homeowner, you got one of these, like a 2-inch. Preferred to get a 2 1/4, but if you got a 2-inch one, this should work. It'll be a little bit small, but enough to cool it down. And then I'll put these files online. It's just a little thing you can use to kind of map out where you want to put the fan, and just put a hole in, or not hole, but little markings to where you want to put it. So let's go ahead. We're gonna open this up. I'm gonna switch to this. Top. All right. Ugh. So like usual, and if you already look, it's at 105 degrees Celsius. This is about 20 minutes in. So if you're doing a back-to-back roast, you're already reaching temperatures to where the oil is starting to thin a little bit, because it's not as viscous as it gets hotter. So it's dripping out of the motor as we speak, and that's where you get those little puddles on the electronics block. I'm gonna get this up to 120 degrees Celsius, and then I'm gonna turn off the unit, and I'll turn the fan on, and I'll show you what kind of the difference is. If you want to, the unit's over there. Well, I'll show you later. But let's pull this off first. I finally got a unit too that has a broken lamp, so I'm gonna do a video on replacing the lamp. You can even upgrade that too, in terms of the screws. That out. Pull these out. That'll be the most tedious part. I am getting faster. All right. And the other thing is, it's a thermocouple connected right to the drum body of the V1 motor. It's out. Come on. Come on. There we go. Pull these out. Okay, before I take the top off, I'll use this little marker. It's basically just the outline of a 6010 fan, or 60 millimeter fan. So if you were to like kind of divide it up like this, this quadrant right here, that's kind of where mostly the motor's at. So I like to bring it towards the top left, although you could go dead center here, and you would still have a good place to like cool off the motor. But I just like to go top left, because that's ideally where the motor's at. And then I think eventually I want to put a planetary in here, like a 36 millimeter planetary that sticks out. So I might keep that shape out. And I think they need like a 36 millimeter hole. So if anything, you want to put it right in there, if you plan to upgrade. But if not, if you want for looks, then you could put the fan easily, it's just like right in the middle, and just start drilling. But you got to be mindful of right here too, is where the exhaust is. So you gotta be mindful of the spacing on that. I will put a line right here. There it is. There's the hole I'm gonna be looking at, and then the motor is kind of like right in there. So with that said, I am gonna line it like this. I mean, more to the left and to the top, and maybe I might use this to kind of make sure I'm in the right spot. Okay. Mark a hole here. Then you want to mark these holes to where you're going to put the fan when you drill it in. Good. So here's that hole. All right. So on the original ones, I was using just a regular drill with the drill bit. I think I have enough juice left. This is like a step down bit you can use. I didn't like using this. I'd rather use it on my my drill press. So I'm just gonna try using this one today. But you can also use a Dremel and it'll cut through this pretty easily as well. So we got to take this off of here because if you drill right through it, you're going to drill right into the motor. Oh, these two. I forgot those two. The dirty ones. All right, so let me drill a little pilot hole first. I would probably, if I were making like it nice for myself, I would use my drill press. But I don't think everyone has a drill press, but you could easily buy one of these. You don't need a Milwaukee one either. You use a Ryobi one. Or whatever cheap brand equivalent you have at your place. Okay, more glasses because I just bought these. Otherwise I was using safety squints, but I'll be good today. No safety squints. This one's wobbly. There we go. My wobbly ass bit. I think this one's done though. Let me use another bit. There. Pretty easy to drill through. Hold on, somebody said something. Whoa. Sorry. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? A professional work. If you use a spring-loaded center, I have one somewhere. I can't find it. It came with my my tap set. I bought a metric and a imperial set, and it came with this tap punch. I never played with them before. It was like spring-loaded, and I was like, the fuck? I liked it. Oh shit! It's 121 degrees Celsius at the motor. So I'm gonna turn it off. Preheat. So right there, just imagine how soft that gear is getting. So yeah, that's right on the motor body, 121 degrees Celsius. For some reason, they thought that was a fine. That's not fine. The fuck? So I'm going to turn that off. I can smell it kind of. All right, I'm going to turn that fan on it too. So it's 122. We'll go look at the other direction real quick. Okay, never mind. Just kidding. We're gonna have to flip it around real quick. There's the other unit. I just turned off the heater on it. So now I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna turn the fan on it. So it's at 123 degrees Celsius right now. Good. All right. So that's really hot. Very hot. It's going down though, so that's a plus. Then I'll turn that back on later when we're done. So I'm gonna drill this right in here. You make sure you have all your safety gear. I'm not a professional, but I'm gonna play with this first. Nice and gentle. We're gonna ease it in. Or go fast, I have no idea. There we go. All right, here's the fun part. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I didn't go in all the way. Oh. I may put this one a little bit too low. That's all right. Gonna be all right. Ooh. I'll clean it up a bit. Actually, whatever. All right. I could punch that out later. It kind of went into the box a little bit, but that's fine. We're just gonna pull that out. You can take this, make it a free. It's kind of sharp. I think you can make it a free ninja star. Okay, so we pulled that out. So I'm gonna put the fan right in here. It's nice. Actually looks a lot cleaner. Oh, let me check if YouTube's saying anything. I gotta figure a way to put chat on here. Cool. All right. So I got the hole in there, 2-inch hole. Actually, I think a 2-inch wall thing will work really well. You just gotta, I need to move this up a little bit more, but it's fine. And let me blow all this stuff out the way. Okay, that's good. There's the hole. Oh, I'm gonna put this right here. So I'll probably have that just like this, off to the left, right in there. Sticker side is where it blows, okay? Just remember that. So I'm gonna put it right down, right there. I have another drill bit I need. Let's see, do I have my 1/8 drill bit? Yes I do. So this is where that this is where this kind of comes in handy. I want to line it right in there. That works. I'll probably make that a little bit smaller. That's where that punch would have came in handy. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Oh. Also helps to get a shinier marker. Okay. Put that shinier marker on. Okay, also, if you have it, you don't really need to do this. You can always just get a, an M4 little nut to hold it in. But for me, I just have a little tap on hand, so I'll just tap it. You don't have to tap it. I just wanted to be. Tapping is kind of a pain in the ass. I'm gonna brush, put that right against there. Don't feel like you have to tap it. Unless you have like a tap set on hand for some reason. Well, I can just tap up, but it's okay. Wish I had a tap-o-matic. Good. I wonder if I could just power thread it in there now, or tap it a little bit more. Thread power tap it through. Okay. And you're gonna need to buy long M4s. I forgot the size of these. I'll post it up later. But I got this in. Yeah, I'm trying to do it where I could get most of the parts at Harbor Freight. Magnum said rivet nuts are handy things for putting threads into, but you need the tool. Yeah, I don't want anyone to have to do. I want to do everything just by basic tools you could get, like Ryobi or things like that. Keep it simple. I want everyone to play. All right. Oh, let me turn the I'm gonna preheat the V1 over here in the back so I could see how it goes with the fan on. Turn that back on, put the preheater on. Okay. All right, so I need to get my other screwdriver, my other driver. Oh, this will work. So we'll screw this in. And I'll screw this in. There we go. And there, that's pretty much the whole mod. And if you want to check, you can, you know, take this off and see how well, how close or how well it's over the motor. I honestly could have went up a little bit more, but that's fine. Like there, that's actually not bad. Motor is like right there. I think the fan has good coverage with the 2-inch, so it looks pretty good. And you can have the hole go up a little bit more, but still keep the pattern the same. Because I did kind of cut into the bottom box a little bit, but I'll have to shore that up with something. But I could have probably bought the hole up even just a little bit more and it would have been just fine. Actually, probably would have been a little bit better because I would have got the whole motor right in there, but this should be okay too. So I probably will recommend just using a 2-inch hole saw. That was actually pretty easy. Or if you have a Dremel. Yeah, I just don't want to interfere with the exhaust shroud. That's the biggest thing. And it shouldn't. Like if I put the exhaust shroud on, it should be good. You might be able to put a little gap in there too, but that should be okay. And then this will cool it off. So right now I just turned the fan on with I turned the heater back on to preheat to 200 degrees Celsius on the other V1. Right now it's at 55 degrees Celsius. It'll turn around and go up to like 60 to 70, I think. But I'm gonna let that run for a few minutes and see how long it takes. But yeah, now we just button all that up and there you go. You got a way of cooling that motor down a little bit. I'm gonna leave this apart because I gotta, I'm gonna put the thing in. Oh, sorry. To power the fan, remember that mode, remember that the fan we took out of the filter? Well, we're just gonna grab that and we're just gonna put it in here. You're gonna put it into the board to where it was powered up before. Clever girl. And then I think Bear updated the firmware, so it just updated his firmware, so it just, I asked him if he could just turn on the filter fan the whole time. I think with your firmware, does it still use filter? The filter command? I remember we had a filter command a long time ago. I was supposed to implement that, but I started never using that fucking filter anymore, so. Okay, as long as the main fan is on, then it'll turn on. Okay, so I just told him to put it at 100% and when it starts the whole time. I guess if you really wanted to be fancy, you could adjust the speed of it, but maybe if we're trying to save power draw, I don't know. But that's how I'm gonna use it for now. And then with the nice ones, the new units, if you got a new unit, they're doing this thing. That. So you can replace it with another kind of fan if it melts. So yeah, that's very nice of them. Yeah, this one's kind of creeping back up, but it's not as fast as it was with the original V1 without the fan on it. We'll give that a few more minutes to see how it warms up and how hot it gets. I think this will save the fan from dying at the speeds that they were, because I was getting reports that fans were dying left and right, especially with people who were back-to-back roasting. So I think this is just a nice little way to save your fan in the long run, but also use the fan that they gave you for free for a different purpose. And then we can finally use that plug that we never use. Oh, I never used because I wasn't a fan of the filter fan. Actually, okay, so Ryan asked, does the fan blow toward the motor? You want to blow cold air towards the motor? I found out really fast that if you pull the hot air out, you actually just make a really nice convection oven, and the motor gets hotter faster because it pulls away the heat from the back panel. It pulls that heat away from it and it goes to the motor. Because I was wondering why I did this mod, but I flipped the fan over and it went from like 90 degrees Celsius in a shorter amount of time because it was like pulling hot air towards the motor. Yeah, no, yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought, oh, I'm gonna cool it off by pulling all that hot air out. No, I'm just moving that hot air onto it, and I guess it's just absorbing it or whatever. It's heat transferring onto the motor, and the motor got, I think I had it up to like 120 in a few minutes, like in half the time. I was like, oh, that's not good. But yeah, I was literally just pulling that air. Someone also mentioning I could block these off and then put like another, and have it all vent out of here, like put a fan on here so it all vents that way upwards, that out and out that way. So you keep like this little vortex. I don't know. Someone had mentioned doing that, like putting a fan like right here and then having the air suck in and then the fan pulling the air out that way. But I'm just gonna keep it simple. I just want a quick, simple way to do it without having to modify it too much. So technically all you would need, you don't even really need this because you have the fan that could be your template, but I like it just for the center hole. So I know where I'm gonna put the center hole. And you can probably just print this out too on paper. I'm gonna have the DXF files and the 3D printable file out later for those who have a 3D printer. But I'll keep the DXF out too so you can print it out as a PDF. And then you could just, you know, maybe tape it on there and use that as a guide. So yeah, all you really need to do for this modification is the fan from the filter. You would need these long, I'll give you the measurements later, but these long, maybe these are like 12 millimeter? No, maybe like 13 millimeter long. I'll find out the number later. 4 of these, you can buy them on Amazon. You can buy a whole thing of M4s for pretty cheap. And you could buy it a little bit longer so you don't have to tap it, and you could just use the little, the nut, you could put it in there. And that will just hold it there as well. So, and I mean, you would need a drill bit. 1/8 drill bit works fine if you're tapping it or making a hole, but you could go a little bit bigger. Or just get like a 5mm drill bit and just drill out the hole so you could get this through and then have a nut hold onto it. So you don't have to buy a tap and have to worry about tapping it correctly. Although I did a shitty job tapping it, it still works. And I'll have another guide out that has just holes in here. So if someone doesn't want to use like a Dremel, a step down bit, or a hole saw, they could just like drill 1/8 holes or 5mm holes through this. And instead of having to like cut it out or use it or have to buy more stuff. But yeah, I did it. I did one each way. I did one with the Dremel, I did one with the holes, and I did one with the step down bit. I think the step down bit one was the worst because you can't get that big enough hole. And I think the hole saw was pretty much the best. It was the cleanest one. It was the easiest one. And if you have a drill press, great. If you have a drill, regular just handheld drill, and the battery just died on this, perfect. Then you could just use one of these. Not have to be Milwaukee. It could be like the decent brand Ryobi one. That metal's so thin, it's so easy to get through. You won't have any issues. Yeah. Fuck, man, that was intense. I used this with it, and I was like about to break my fucking hand, but so I'm only using this on my drill press. That hole saw was nice. Yeah, that one was super expensive. I think it was like 40 bucks for that one. I paid if you go to Harbor Freight, if you guys have that by you, I bought one of the 2-inch ones for $12.99. And then $9.99 for this thing for it. But then I realized I had this whole kit from when I was renovating my house. So yeah, I think the whole set that costed me like $12.99, $9.99. Yeah, maybe. It wasn't no $7.99. Was it $7.99? I can't remember how much it cost. I think it was like $12.99 for the 2-inch hole drill. Yeah. So it's been going on. The other one's been going on. It's like 66, 60, 67 degrees Celsius with the fan on. So it's warming up right now. I think it's at like 200 degrees Celsius. Yeah, 200 and... Oh, shit! I didn't put the preheat on, so it's at 252 degrees Celsius on the unit. Whoops. Yeah, my bad. My bad there, Chief. Oh, let me turn that off. What the hell? All right. The sad part is that that thermostat that's inside the thermal thermostat that's supposed to shut it off. It didn't shut it off. I was supposed to shut off at 232 degrees, I think. Womp womp. So now I'm just cooling down the unit. Now I gotta cool it off. Well, so Thursday I'm gonna finally do a lamp change. Or is it? I got these new lamps. Well, I had the same lamps from last time, the really nice ones. I'm gonna install those ones and see how they go. They look really like they look pricey. They don't look like the normal lamps that I'm used to. I can't find them. Anyways, let me go back. So the unit's cooling down at 223. Cool. So yeah, that's it. That's it with this modification. Let me see if anyone on YouTube said anything, but I think this is a good way to cool down that motor for the meantime until we find something that actually works better and motor-wise. Hopefully we find something, but so far that's one of the more cheaper ways to fix this issue. Oh man, really? I had to put this mic on because I just found it again. Now I didn't realize it was only one-sided now. Great. Let me see, maybe I messed up something on the settings. It's getting better. Except I didn't charge one of my mics, so I kind of fucked up there. I messed up there. Clean up my language. All right, that's turning back on. That's gonna heat back up. We got 78 degrees Celsius, so it's better than 120. That's been on for a few minutes. Yeah, that's about it. What time is it? 3:30. Yes. Will this be my shortest stream? I decided to give up on editing videos. I tried editing a video a few days ago and I don't know, I'd rather just live stream. It's easier. This is good. That's great. I think that's it. Oh, if you guys want to do, I did a group roast. Not really group roast. It started off on the EFA Discord, the Espresso Aficionados Discord, and we bought a bunch of co-ferments from Royal Coffee. It's a peach co-ferment and an apple co-ferment. They taste pretty good. They're tasty, but I don't need. I think I bought like 37, 20, 44 pounds each. So now I'm trying to sell those off. They're about like $16 for the peach and then a pound, and then $17 a pound for the apple. They're expensive, but they're pretty good. If you like the co-ferments, they're really the flavor really hits it on the nose. It's like it's peach, really peachy flavor, really black peach. Apple's kind of that green apple flavor. So it's pretty good stuff. If you want to, there's some in the there's some on Discord. You could sign up. You just DM me if you want any pounds, and then you just got to pay for shipping. And because they don't sell them by the pound on Royal, you have to buy it in like 22-pound increments. So if you're interested in a co-ferment, yeah, you could try out these ones. They're pretty good. They're not weird like the Jolly Rancher ones. Oh, it's kind of weird. It feels like what am I putting in my body? Oh, Remix. Hi, Remix. You don't have to worry about our motor and the Q-Bean. The Q-Bean runs at 65 degrees Celsius back to back. Yeah, I did a drum motor real quick. I did a drum motor cooling video just using parts that we had. But you just have to buy like drill bits and all that crap and have a good drill. But yeah, the Q-Bean, I tested the temperature on the Q-Bean and it stayed 65 after 2 or 3 roasts. 2 roasts. I won't say 2. Oh, is that what you did? You left it overnight? It probably still works. Can't think of anything that would break. Oh yeah, that would have sucked. I never roast outside. I live by a field. I have a lot of like field critters that'll come in and I don't know, mess around with some things like possums, and we had a turkey in our backyard once. Noisy little fuckers. Or birdies. Let me see. I'm just waiting to see what the temperature. I think I might hit 80 on this, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But I think if I leave it on, the fan on the whole time, and I keep doing back-to-back roasts, I think it would stay around underneath, probably closer to 70. But it is keeping it under that 120 degree mark, 127 degree. I think that's the highest I saw today. And it's only going to get worse when summer rolls through. What else is going to? Oh, I think next week is it's going to be what's that called? World of Coffee. So if you're going to World of Coffee, let me know. We could I'll be there Saturday, so we can my plan is to go to visit all the booths, and I'm going to visit the Kaleido Boys booth. I got some questions to ask. Hard-hitting questions like, I don't know, when's the M2 light coming out? Why are we having a race to the bottom in terms of making cheaper roasters? How come I don't have my gull wing doors anymore? Because if you've seen the new M2 light, they're going to lose one of the best features on the M2. Let me pull it out real quick. Don't worry, this is totally going to be fixed later. We're just going to throw this to the side. So when the new M2 light comes out, it's not going to have the best feature of all. Fucking gull wing doors. Thick. See? You can say goodbye to that. So yeah, the M2 light's really gonna do some cost reduction. So it's gonna take out these fancy doors. I have no idea what the reason that those doors were for, to be honest with you, but they're taking them out. So this is the unsealed version. When someone tells you what version of the Kaleido you have, if it's a sealed or unsealed, if you had the sealed one, this would be like a whole, this unit would be just one, this drum would be all together one. It wouldn't have these openings. The new sealed unit actually has this little path where it draws in the cold air and then it warms it up. So the old M2s, this is the older M2, so this doesn't have this sealed option. It's better for convection roasting than the sealed roaster or something like that. But yeah, the new M2 light is they're gonna lose the gull wing doors. No idea what they're for, other than looking fucking sick when you like bring your friends over to roast. Yeah? Yeah. You ever watch Silicon Valley? There's that billionaire. He's like, my billionaire doors don't open like this. Or they open like this, not like this. I'll never forget that. Right. So I'm hoping they have the M2 light at the Coffee Expo, because I'm gonna have like a ton of questions to ask. Because I think they're discontinuing all their the M1 Pro models, and I think they're going all to light. Which kind of sucks, because if you want like a premium roaster, then I would assume they would have kept it to to the old model where the doors opened up like that. So it'll be interesting what their next move is. All right, so it's kind of hanging around the 76-degree mark. It's been preheating for about at 200 degrees Celsius, back to 200 degrees Celsius for like 6, about like 10 or close to 8 or 9 minutes. 10, 9, 8, 7 minutes. So close to 7 minutes. So the fan's working. It's keeping it out of that 120 degree zone. The big thing about the 120 degrees with the motor is that's literally why we're having those puddles of oil on top of the coffin, because it's literally the motor oil. I don't think it's rated for that kind of heat. So of course, when it gets hotter, it starts to like drip all the oil on top of your coffin. And when that happens, you're basically slowly killing your jump motor, because by the time all that grease is out, or whatever they put in it, oil, grease, it's going to be bone dry, and then it's going to be extra hot, and then it just strips the gear, and then everyone has a bad day roasting. So this might extend the life of that motor by a lot. I don't think these motors are supposed to be rated for 120 degrees Celsius. I have stepper motors that are rated for that, and that's just the wiring. They're not like, there's stepper motors that are like H configuration where they can go up to like really higher temperatures, but yeah, 120 degrees Celsius for a motor is, it's gonna murder it real quick. Okay, well, that's it for me. Thursday, I'll have another stream of, we'll be putting the lamp on that time. And then I did a mod for the M1 light in terms of collecting chaff. Because they did it for the M2 light, but they just charge you $40. And I have a 3D printed one. Well, it'll cost like $5 to make. You just have to buy all the magnets. I think it works. I don't know. We'll find out if it works. If anything, it might just blow it off of it, and you might see it fly the other way. So we'll see what happens next. And I think that's the only other mod I'm doing. Was there another modification? Thank God on our Discord, he's doing a bunch of modifications. He's doing one where he's trying to cool down the... He's using where the lamp is held. He made a hole in there, and he's gonna put a fan on there so it could blow air into it. I think he just has to figure out how to hold the bulb, because there's a silicone boot that holds the bulb in place. That acts as like a little boot, but it's in the way of his hole, so he has to like... He's literally, if anything, he'll be cooling off the boot of that lamp. So I'm curious to see what he does next. But he's doing that, and he's doing something else. Oh, you wanted to put like a mica sheet in between the metal part of the V2 and the plastic, so it doesn't melt the plastic. If that works, I have no idea. But if it does work, that'd be great. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but he's gonna do it. More power to him. I'm running out of money to keep upgrading these machines. That's about it. And I still got to upgrade the motor. Now I'm more confident of using the worm drive motors now that we can cool it off. So I might actually start pumping out more of those files. My biggest concern was those weren't working. And the whole reason why it was working is because it was overheating. So yeah. Anyways, let me know if you have any comments, concerns, questions, and then hit me up if you want any of those co-ferments. They're on Discord under the beans page or whatever it's called. What are we calling it? I don't know what we're calling it, but it's there. It's, what's it called? Oh, green bean swap. Bean swap. Bean swap-orama. So bean swap-orama. If you want some of those co-ferment beans, let me know. Also, if you have like, you go to Royal and you want to get their other beans that are 22-pound boxes, and you want to like divvy up with someone, feel free to put them in the bean swap-orama. So, because I'll buy some. I want to try their other stuff, but I don't want to buy 22 pounds of it at a time. They don't offer samples either. At least I haven't bought enough to where they offer samples. So yeah, if you have any beans you want to share, put them in bean swap-orama, let us know, and then we can do a cupping or something. I don't know. Anyways, I'm still trying to come up with the outro. Whatever. Fuck it. See ya. Bye.